A boy wearing his backpack, dressed for school but not in school because his mom was dragging him around Parkway Place housing complex buying drugs. Head in his hands, he waited patiently. Around him was a booming business, walk-up or drive-through, counting and selling white rocks and baggies every day starting before 9 as the crowds and thick stacks of cash grew fast. I watched and recorded it sitting in a car parked at 12th and Hill because I wanted to see why it was the worst block in the city for crime. When we mapped homicides, assaults, robberies, and burglaries over the previous 6 months here, it came to 55. What's happened since my report aired last August?
I got phone calls saying my son got killed over in the projects.
1 month ago, Demetrius Webb became one of 4 homicide victims in 5 months at Parkway Place.
And I don't even know why he ended up dead, because he didn't bother nobody. He didn't run no streets, he didn't sell no drugs, none of that.
Demetrius! His family released balloons Monday on what would have been Webb's 27th birthday. A lot of balloons around Parkway Place these days. I parked next to the memorial marking one of the Parkway homicides, took another look around, and it's the same story. People of all ages making hand-to-hand transactions out in the open. You can clearly see this woman getting her change back as the seller twists off a packaged white substance, then stuffs it in her shirt. This woman keeps the cash and the rolled-up packaged supply of what she's selling stuffed in her shirt. Oftentimes, there's a line of people passing each other on the way to and from the sellers who check and count their thick stacks of cash every couple of minutes, then go back to transactions, in this case, directly under shoes hanging from a power line, which is a known gang and crack dealer territory marker. Whether they're buying, selling, or using, they don't seem bothered by housing authority workers all around or the police officers driving by.
Our problems come from the outside. The residents who live at our older, larger public housing sites don't want these problems either, but they come from outside.
The head of the Metro Housing Authority says all the victims and the suspects in the 4 most recent homicides at Parkway Place are not residents here.
And the concentration of poverty is a magnet. It's a magnet.
We pulled out of our parking lot. Park Hill's right across the street.
The head of the 9th Mobile Division says narcotics citations in Parkway Place have doubled from 21 last year to 42 this year. But his unit responds to reported violent crime hotspots all over the city, updated weekly.
We sit down, we go through this intelligence and figure out what we're going to do for that day or that week.
He points to data that shows LMPD is producing with a clear connection between drugs and violent crime.
271 pounds of marijuana. That's a lot of weed. Then you get into 10 pounds of cocaine, 26 pounds of heroin.
Now look to the left, more than 1,200 guns confiscated along with the drugs. So why don't law-abiding residents call police?
It's either they don't care or they're scared to death. And that's where we come in.
Louisville has been slowly bulldozing public housing like Parkway Place, here built in 1943. Beecher Terrace is going away next, but Parkway Place, the last big one, is different. Tim Berry says there are no funding opportunities available right now, so it's going to be here a while. John Boel, Wave 3 News.